Welcome to New Things with Rebecca podcast. I want y'all to be hyped up in here. I am so excited. Welcome to season 1, episode 1. The name of this episode is What Do You Know About Golden State Warriors Superstars? So today we are going to be talking about these top three in my opinion, Golden State Warriors that have played for them, that are currently on that team, that were at the championship, But those three players are Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. And you're probably like, hey, okay, you're talking about Golden State. Why are you not talking about like Jordan Poole, like what he's done for Golden State, Andrew Wiggins? I know, but these three players specifically, because they won 4 championships together. They won. And you want to know when? 2015, 2017, 2018, so back-to-back. And 2022, this year, they got that dub, as I like to say, Dub Nation. They won 4 championships together. And that's unremarkable. That's really cool how, and it's been different years, and yet they still won 4 championships together. So that's unreal. That's amazing, And I want you guys to get to know these players. We all know their talent. We all know all that. But I want you guys to get to know them, not just for who they are, what they do, but personally and what they had to do to get to where they are today. So I can't wait to tell you guys the stories and everything. So first off, Steph Curry. He got drafted to the NBA in 2009. He was round 1, pick 7. Klay Thompson, he got drafted into the NBA in 2011. He was draft 1, pick number 11. Draymond Green, he was drafted into the NBA in 2012. He was round 2. He was pick number 35. So those are the times that's when they got drafted into the NBA and really when their career was about to begin. So now for their college stats, all of them had different college stats. So I want to tell you all the difference between their NBA and their college stats, because they're both different. So their college stats for Steph Curry and the college they went to. Steph Curry, he went to Davidson College. He averaged 29 points, 6 assists, and 3 steals. Klay Thompson, he went to Washington State University, where he averaged 18 points, 3 assists, and 5 steals. Draymond Green, he went to Michigan State, where he averaged 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. So that's their college stats. Now, their NBA stats are, so for Steph Curry, he averaged currently 25 points or more per game. So I'm telling y'all, in this March of 2020, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Kyrie Irving, and many other players scored at least 50 points in March. Nothing like that has ever happened. Those many players scored at least 50 points or more. Kyrie, I think he scored 60. Like, these players were showing out. So the numbers, again, that's what it's be saying, 25 or more, whatever number they averaged that game, I'm going to say or more. Because, it depends. You can go off like that. It depends on how you're feeling. You're going to go off when you're going to go off. So, yeah, Steph Curry averaged 25 points or more. Then he would get 5 rebounds and 6 assists. Klay Thompson, he would average 20 points or more. Again, depends on how you're feeling. He would have 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Draymond Green, he would average 8 points or more. Again, depending on how you're feeling. And then he would have 7 rebounds and 7 assists. So that's their NBA stats right now. And again, those numbers can change any day, but that's just what we go off of, what we see. So again, those stats can change any day, but that's what we be seeing. That's what we see when we watch them play. So now we're gonna get to know these players personally and what they had to go through to get where they're at today. And I just want to say these stories are unremarkable. I hope you learned something from it, because I never knew like half of this stuff until I was watching interviews and just learning a lot of different things about them, you know. So let's get started. So for Steph Curry, his dad played in the NBA. He's known for playing with the Charlotte Hornets. And you may think a father, oh, my father's in the NBA, so he's going to have a smooth route and stuff. That wasn't Stephen Curry's case. You may think, again, every NBA player is different. LeBron James, Bronny, he's a high school star. Again, social media is more out now, so you're able to record and just different things are different than back then. But again, things were totally not like that for Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry, he was told that he was too short to play the game of basketball, that he wasn't good enough. He was skinny. People thought he was a joke, to be honest. Let's just get that out in the air. People thought he was a joke. And unfortunately, people didn't believe in him. Thinking now, you're like, bro, nobody believed in Stephen Curry? Yes, back then, nobody believed in Stephen Curry. They thought he was a joke. They didn't think that he had the talent or the gift. He barely had ESPN stats. We just really didn't know much about him that well. But, all of that changed when he went to Davidson College. His threes, every time he got the ball, you could feel that he was about to just swish that shot. You could just feel it. You could see it. And you hear it. It was amazing and unremarkable. But that moment that he saw that people didn't believe in him and didn't believe in his talent, he knew. His mom believed in him. He knew his dad believed in him. He knew his sister and his brother believed in him. And he knew that his girlfriend, now his wife, Ayesha Curry. Ayesha Curry can cook. We know that they all believed in Stephen Curry. And that's all he needed to hear. And that's all you need to hear too. To hear that your parents or your siblings believe in you. That's all that's really you need to know. And then everything was set in stone, He was doing good, and then when he got to the NBA, obviously, that's really when it was all over. He became the all-time scoring leader for the most three-point shots made in history. Like, come on. I've never seen somebody ever shoot that many three-pointers ever in my life. Ever. And I'm probably sure, your parents and my parents, have watched Michael Jordan. I'm probably sure they've never seen him shoot that many threes. Stephen Curry, whole nother story, whole nother level, whole nother generation. So, Stephen Curry, I just want to say, if you're watching this or if you ever come across this one day, you literally, really, really, really paved the way for a lot of people. Not just me, but just outside the basketball world and inside the basketball world, And it's just unremarkable what you have done. And it won't be forgotten for sure. It will never be forgotten. You are a Hall of Famer for sure. 100% Hall of Famer. And I remember what I was going to say, but also, you now got kids. It's 20 seconds left on the clock. And Stephen Curry, you got kids wanting to shoot from half court when they can make a play. You got them kids pulling up from half court with that little hezzy. But the fact that you're giving kids, you're just showing that they have confidence to do that they're going to try to do that. And you're just telling us and showing us, you can always do something new, you can try something new. So we thank you for that, Stephen Curry. We really do. And now we're going to move on to Draymond Green. Draymond Green, I watched the interview and his mom, he was saying that he would play basketball 24/7 at the rec center. He was just a good player and he just loved it. He was so in love with the game of basketball. He just wanted to be at the court 24/7. But when the big guys would come to the rec center and come to the court, everybody was like, okay, we gonna go. We gotta go. And I would be one of the people finna go too. I ain't gonna cap. But Draymond Green was like, no. He holds the ball. They unfortunately they tossed them in the trash can, and they threw some balls at him, and they started doing whatever they were doing. But Draymond Green, he never let those things get to him. He knew that he loved the game of basketball. He knew that nothing can come between hit Draymond Green in the basketball. And the man, by him being in the trash can, you can see that. But Draymond Green, he was really, he was just in love with the game. But then, when he got to high school, y'all, he was dominant. He was a dominant basketball player in high school and still is now. But Draymond Green, on one of his games, he averaged 23 points in his high school game. And he was a star. He was a star on his high school team. And guess what happened? Draymond Green led his team back-to-back high school champions. Back-to-back in high school. Just like he did in the NBA, he did it in high school. And that was just really remarkable. And that was cool. I didn't know that he did that. And just learning and just getting to know these players personally, what they had to go through, it's just so inspiring and cool. Just to see that, hey, they kind of went through the same struggle I went through. You just realize certain things are in common. And Draymond Green, he's also good at trash talking and getting under his defenders' skins. Y'all, I think that's one thing. Besides Pat Beverly, in my opinion, Pat Beverly and Draymond Green, they probably the best trash talkers, at least in my day. Maybe back then, y'all maybe could say Michael Jordan, because he taking that free throw shot with his eyes closed. So I know Michael Jordan was a trash talker probably, but I don't really know that personally because I didn't grow up watching. But yeah, I know my day I gotta say Draymond Green and Pat Beverly. But Draymond Green, in my head I was thinking, okay, I don't even know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, because it can be a good thing because if his defenders, if he says something smart and the defender push him or something or hit him, obviously he's gonna get a technical foul or he's gonna get ejected from the game. So either one is good, for Draymond. Or it could be, that's the good thing, and the bad thing is that's the bad thing. Getting ejected and stuff, both of them could get ejected, so it's like, bruh. And also the good thing could be too, if he gets a technical foul and the player argued with the ref that, hey, Draymond was saying this and this, and then the ref's not caring, and the player yelling at, because sometimes these refs don't be caring nowadays. They just be calling any call, but that just be so funny. But the players be arguing with the refs and the refs like, ejected, you're out, But come on, refs, we gotta do better. We gotta do better, refs. Come on. But that's Draymond Green's story basically. When you think about, that's what I want to say for Steph Curry. When you hear Steph Curry's name, you don't think about the guy that was too short to play the game of basketball. You don't think about the guy who is skinny or people didn't believe it. When you hear the word Steph Curry, you hear, oh, that's the greatest basketball shooter of all time. He can shoot from anywhere. He can shoot with his eyes closed properly. That's what Steph Curry made that image for himself, and he worked so hard to make that image for himself. So you really deserve it, bro. And now for Draymond Green, his image. Draymond, we know you're like the best trash talk player, but also you prove your points. What you say on Twitter and the things that you comment, they come into life. You speak things into life, whether it's disrespectful or whether it's respectful. You speak into life, and that's kind of dope. So salute to you, Draymond, and thank you again for also paving the way for basketball and just being the best player that you are, And I'm probably sure other people feel that way about you. So thank you, Draymond Green. Next, Klay Thompson. Shout out to Klay. He had a rough past 2 years, with his injury back in 2019 against the Toronto Raptors in the finals. And that was just sad. And I know I was crying, because I was a Golden State Warriors fan back then. But the reason I say back then, because I didn't really have favorite teams, but then I did then. But I'm more like I like players. I don't like teams. I'm more of a players person than a team person, to be honest. But let's get right into Klay Thompson now. So Klay Thompson, his dad, Michael Thompson, he played in the NBA also, just like Stephen Curry's dad, Dale Curry. So Michael Thompson, he was known for playing for the Los Angeles Lakers, and his dad He wanted him to do whatever he wanted to do, and whatever he did, he wanted to put his all into it. He wanted him to do with passion and just to make a name for himself. That's what Michael wanted for his son Klay. And Klay, he did just that. He put in that work. And his dad, fortunately, he was a good thing, he was able to work. He was still working with the Los Angeles Lakers, just in different things, different areas. And Klay Thompson, he was able to see Kobe Bryant, watch him work out and just see the things that he got to do. So when Klay Thompson, when he got older, when he was in high school, he would work out with Kobe Bryant during practice. And that was just unbelievable. That was phenomenal. Like thinking a high schooler playing with a star NBA player. That's just amazing. You don't hear that every day. You don't hear that every day, that a high school star or, a high school person is playing with the NBA star. Like, that's kind of cool, bro. Like, I want to do that with WNBA players, with Asia Wilson, call me up. I'll be there. I'll be there in an hour. Even if we live 5 hours away, I'm going to be there in an hour. But I think that's really dope. But things wasn't always easy when he got to the NBA draft. He was drafted 2011, round 1, pick 11. You may think, oh, okay, well, that's cool. But something happened months before the draft. I'm going to tell you what happened. And I would have never known this story if I haven't watched the interview. So I suggest you guys just keep watching things about players. You will really, really learn more about players. But let me tell you, Klay Thompson, he just finished the basketball game, played for Washington State University. So he finished the game and he was driving, right? And he got pulled over by a cop, and the cop pulled him over because his headlight was broke, right? But when the cop pulled him over, he realized something. He realized that it was marijuana in his car. It wasn't a little bit of marijuana. It was a good amount of marijuana. It was a good amount, and it was a good amount for him. It was enough marijuana for him to go to jail. He went to jail that night, and he called his dad, telling him, no, you're like, hey, Dad. Long story short, he said, I screwed up. And obviously his dad was disappointed. He had an interview with ESPN the next day, so it was all over the news. He was telling his dad what happened, before the news got out, and he told, the dad was just devastated, really. He just felt disappointed as a father, as he should. But he had to talk about his son and share the news of what happened. And then as he was just saying how disappointed he was as a father. And I think that's horrible. Seeing your parent talk about, your bad, what you did on the news, which was bad and stuff, But Klay Thompson really learned from that. So when he got out of the jail, he got a text. He got a text from Kobe Bryant. I'm just going to say that one more time. He got a text from Kobe Bryant saying, hey, you got to learn from this mistake. And you got to put this behind you. He said, you got to put this behind you. Once you learn from this mistake, put it behind you real quick. He said, real quick. And keep on moving forward. You got to have a new mindset now. And ever since Klay Thompson got the text from Kobe Bryant, he had a clean slate ever since. Law-wise, he had a clean slate ever since. He hadn't been in trouble with the law since 2011, since that incident. And that was just unremarkable. That was amazing. A blessing, actually. That was a good story. And how Kobe was able to get to Klay like that. Like, some people you can't get to like that. Some people's like, just so stubborn you can't get to. But Kobe, he got to Klay like that. He got to Klay like that. And that was just so unbelievable, and just a blessing that he was able to get. Because maybe, what if we weren't able to see that Klay to Klay? Well, what if we weren't able to see the Splash Brothers, because the Splash Brothers ain't nothing without Klay, in my opinion. But yeah, that was just an unbelievable story. And R.I.P. Kobe. I just want to say, Kobe too, I gotta shout out you in this video, since this is my first basketball video I'm doing on my podcast. You literally paved the way for so many people, not just in the basketball world, but outside the basketball world. People you met, there's just so many things, so many good things probably the whole world could say about you. But you know, when Klay Thompson, when Klay Thompson was going through his injury, you know, back in 2019, he's, you know, and then when Kobe and the others died, and Gigi and the others died in 2020 in January, he was like, you know, I ain't got nobody to call to like get through this injury, you know, because Kobe was somebody you would call, you know, when you have injuries, hey yo, how am I gonna get through this, you know? So he didn't really know. He didn't really know like, how am I gonna get through this? Really, Kobe, I know for a fact that Kobe was with Klay Thompson spiritually, you know, getting him through that tough time. He was really with a lot of us spiritually, you know. Maybe when we had to make that game-winning shot, when we all know he was there with us for certain moments in our basketball life. But just maybe personally, you know, Kobe was always there. He's always in my heart. Not one day goes by I don't think about Kobe and just a lot of people that died. I think about them every day. It's not a sad thought, it's a happy thought. It's a rejoicing thought. It's sad that they're not with us, but I'm happy that they're a much better place and not have to worry about, you know, all these shootings going on, these killings. But overall, Kobe, you're a good person. You're very missed down here. So I just want to say that. Get it out of my chest. In my heart, I love you and miss you. So hope you guys enjoyed my first episode in season 1. Make sure y'all subscribe, like it up, and hit that notification button. Just want to say, new things with Rebecca podcast will be back soon. Bigger, better, and I'm just gonna add stronger. We're gonna be back stronger. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I enjoyed learning about just Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. I really learned a lot. Like most of the things, these interviews, I would have never known if I haven't, you know, wanted to do this. So I hope y'all learned something from this. And thank you for watching. See y'all next time. Peace.